Good evening, my brothers and sisters. My name is Remy Marufojo. This evening, I'll be talking on a topic about Nigerian, which I call Nigerian leaders, born or made. In recent years, even when you go to on your Facebook, we've seen a lot of Nigerian leaders, self-made Nigerian leaders, who believe they are leaders, who believe they have something for to the country, who believe they got to do something to help Nigeria. But sometimes when you listen to them, you have to think of a lot of things. You have to look at them from different angles. Are they tribal leaders, or they are leaders being a Nigerian? Or because the utterances that comes out of most of them, sometimes you look at yourselves. But as I said earlier, some of them are self-acclaimed leaders, and then because of the situation in Nigeria now, they were able to have influence in one way or the other. Because in Nigeria, what I believe is that people actually respect people in post rather than the intellectual of somebody. People respect somebody with maybe a doctorate degree or a professor than what he or she have to offer. But for me personally, I've got nothing against anybody with a doctorate degree or a professor. But being a professor in your line does not mean for instance, being a professor of mathematics does not mean you've got to know more about politics or about economics, about everything. You might be so solid in your chosen career. That doesn't mean you know a lot of things around you. But because of the situation of Nigeria, because of our culture, because of the way we do things, these people tend to be having some influences. And then sometimes it tends to be very wrong influences. They've misled a lot of people, because if mostly, and then the emergence of social media like Twitter, like Facebook really don't help. They've cajoled a lot of people with their ideas. Sometimes when you see the idea of most of them, they paste all these things on Facebook, you then look at it. Are all these people Nigerians or tribal leaders? Anybody can call himself a leader, but what type of a leader are we talking about? All these self-made leaders who think, okay, they've got something in stock to offer people, and most of the things they have to offer us is nothing but what I call, most of it are always something crap idea, stupid idea, because in the first place they are not Nigerian by their utterances, by what comes out of their mouth. They are not Nigerians. Because of the current situation, no matter what the problem might be, we've got to come together to solve it. And by solving Nigerian problem, it's not by blaming. If you want to solve something, you don't start by blaming somebody. You don't start seeing yourself as the best in what you're doing. You don't start to see yourself as it's either my idea or nothing. No, you don't solve problem that way. You solve problem by listening, by engaging in a very constructive conversation, and be able to offer your own idea, and offer an idea that makes you to stand on the fence, and trying to be able to offer an idea into something that you seem not to be part of it. Even when you are part of it, it is there you'll be able to make a genuine contribution. But in the sense whereby we look inward before we look outside, okay, what's the problem? Then we won't be able to offer anything good. And then also, when they started to offer this idea to, and by the time you read those 10 sentences, you know where they are going to. But because of, it is true Nigerians are well educated, but being educated and being knowledgeable is totally different thing. So what are we doing? Is good to try to solve problem, listen to it and trying to, but when you want to offer your your own idea, you should be able to listen, you should be able to check around. Well, my utterances not affect this, will my utterances uh not add to the problem, or is it going to give us the solution? But most of the so-called leaders, their utterances, their ideas, sometimes it happens to be an absolute idea, something that will never work. Even from the word go that they give that idea, you know, okay, this idea will never work, this is an outdated idea, this is in an environment, in the context of Nigeria, this type of idea, that idea will never work. So sometimes I just sit down and I'll be just be thinking, all these so-called leaders, are they even been made or they are born? They say leaders are made or those everything. So are Nigerian leaders, are they really made or they are born? For me, anybody can call themselves a leader. And some of them now currently, most of them are even suggesting the idea of sovereign national conference. And then you look at them and you look at these people, do they even go to school at all? Fine, they go. Can they even divide the word suffering when we've got already another constitution? Meaning suffering, we have to abide to anything that comes out of that conference. Then writing off our constitution, that's what we are saying. So we have to say, okay, we should rewrite another constitution. But can somebody give me the answer to this particular scenario? We are three from the same father, from the same mother, and we are fighting. And I promise, if I see my brother, I see my sister, I will gun them down. The other one is saying, okay, if you see my two brothers, I'm gonna nuke them. I mean, using nuclear weapon. And the other one said, I've got an arrow here, and I've got a gun. That is all. If I even set my eyes, as somebody is now talking to us, guys, call yourself and sit down and talk to one another. How can we talk? When I say, if I see my brother, I'm gonna shoot them immediately. But that is why when people are talking about constitution, sovereign national conference is one thing, but being able to stand up for what you believe is another thing. Well, what I mean by this is that, okay, you're talking about national conference, but we don't want everybody have got their own problem. This is what you want, and except we have this, we never have an agreement. The other one is saying, if except that we have this, we never have another agreement. So it will just be the same like all those conferences we've had in the past. It will come to nothing. And don't let me lie, if we should sit down to talk about anything now, it's gonna break down Nigeria currently, we are well divided. Because of those people we called our leaders in the aims of affairs, because of their corrupt nature, because of the way they steal money there, so they don't really care about what people under them, how they feel, they don't care. So that is why I really didn't feel how much you are divided. They go there, they shout at one another, they get paid for that stupid shouting, and everybody go away. So that is why we think Nigeria are one. But on the ground, outside those people in the power, we realize that we are not one. The way we talk, the way we do things, the way we are so divided. So before Constitutional National Conference have to happen, personally, that is my own idea. Everybody have to take responsibility. We don't have to point accusing finger on any tribe. We all have to agree that we've all wrong, one way or the other. Except and until this happens, no sovereign national conference held in Nigeria will yield any fruit. No, if it's just normal until I decide, okay, at least in the scenario that I give to you, okay, they are my brothers, they are my sisters. Okay, let me even just forget about shooting. Let me even see what they want to say. Then taking my refuge. If they're able to take responsibility, the other one, it is then come together, even the problem.
It is then everybody can, okay, this is the problem, this is the problem. So we should always forgo about all this marginalization. Yoruba will be marginalized. Igbo will be marginalized. The North will be marginalized. The South will be marginalized. Currently, people are talking about amnesty for the Boko Haram. And I see this amnesty people are now talking about as a coin way of making money, of developing their area. Because number one, the amnesty being given to the South. For me, again,
for the past maybe 10, 20, 15 years, I've heard one thing. Those people in the south, from their children to the university, we should be given free education, because you can go there, exploit what God has given them, and then destroy their land and not be able to do something for them. For me personally, I expect those people in that area to be given free education to A level, because if 90 over 70% of your income is coming from somewhere, you need to invest in that place, you need to develop that place. But because of the nature of that natural resources, there is no way that village will not happen. A lot of things people will destroy their farm, destroy their water. Can you imagine they were surrounded by water, and the water is much more costlier in that part of the world than in Lagos, than even in my own state, which is wrong. It doesn't help anybody, it doesn't help them. So they are living at higher rate and they don't even get anything. So we can blame some of them for not being educated in the world. So that is why I said they should. It's just like another, give them free education from now. Let us build them. In the next 20 years, they will not remain the same. Even all those croak, everything, it will reduce. I'm not saying we can eradicate it totally. It won't be there. It won't be eradicated, but it will surely help. So that is, I always believe that is my own this thing. But now Boko Haram is talking about, they are talking about amnesty. I believe we made a mistake, and it is not us that made a mistake. The mistake has been made far long. Nigeria are not one. We are not a nation. Personally, we are not a nation. We are well divided. What I believe is that a lot of things need to change in Nigeria. Educational system in a thing that a lot of things is inculcated into it. The language that we speak, English does not belong to us. The three language should be incorporated into every curriculum of every part of Nigeria. I'm a Yoruba man. Yoruba should not be a compulsory subject for me. If it is a compulsory, it's absolutely compulsory, maybe from primary 1 to GS3, Hausa to GS3, you're able to GS3. If we can break the language barrier, we'll break a lot of things. If that one is broken, if we can break a language barrier, if you can speak, I can speak what you are speaking. If I can hear what you are hearing, that one will be the language barrier will be much more closer than this. Then the culture-wise it's gonna be tough, but as time goes on, once the language barrier is broken, there's a lot of things. People will continue to accept one another, to believe in one another, to trust one another. But when every region actually believe in their own distinct language, continue to speak their own language, in the whole world, Nigeria is the only nation as big as that doesn't have more language. English that we borrow, the worst thing about this now is even you are in Nigeria, you're coming down to England to do anything as a course, everything, you still need to do test of English. After they've destroyed your mentality, after they've taken their own mentality, being an English speaking, and thrown it to you, and you just grab it. In an average home in Nigeria now, at least average home in Nigeria, almost everybody there speaks English. Even most of their children don't even speak their own their local language anymore. It is English. But the English people are not even telling you. They are not even speaking to your face. Like even you still need to do. If it is even maybe a sort of culture test now, but it is a test of English. Except if you are educated in this part of the world, then you wouldn't do test of English. So that is even another shame. Why a place like Jamaica, they allow them without any test of English? So what is the sense of speaking that language? Why can't we develop ourselves? Why are we so Why are we so divided? Why can't we just think? And we said have leaders. All these people even leaders.
Yeah. How did this person becomes is how managed we find this person in this particular post, because they've got nothing to offer. These are self-made, gun-made, bomb-made leaders. It is from any part of Nigeria might be, it is how much you can supply money that you become a leader. It is how much you can supply gun for us is there you become a leader. It is how much you can supply even bomb now, because bomb is now in every part of Nigeria now.
Everybody will be going anywhere, and then to you, you'll be thinking of how to live comfortable, how to work, how to maintain your family, and you'll be going outside, you'll still be thinking of, okay, to get bombed. And we're seeing we have our leaders, and when all these people wanted to talk, instead of them of trying to mend the fence, it's how to break the fence they'll be looking for. They are suggesting the idea, everything is crap, it's outdated, it's just two things. It's just how they will break everything, how they will destroy everything. Nigeria cannot go on like that. And then that is why I said, we see the Nigerian leaders, are they made or they are born? If those people that think, okay, because we that we let us just take the yourself.
Among us, let us try to do something. And we cannot do something by continuing to listen to other people. It is, we should always be thinking of Nigeria first in everything we do. I really see somebody who call himself a leader in the current Nigerian sector. Are not tribal leader. It's just only full of them. If with almost about 150 million population, it will be hard for you to point to about 10, 20 who really want everything, who really think like because that's your problem. Excuse me, Nigerian Yoruba think like Igbo think like Igbo, Hausa man like Hausa. We should always think like one. Religion is not the basis of Nigerian problem. Regional, maybe Hausa, Igbo, your regional difference is not the basis of Nigerian problem. The basis of Nigerian problem is political. The so-called self-made leader, they overheat the politics, and there is problem. And with the emergency of social media platform, where they can paste these life-changing messages, it's now helps them in destroying the thinking, the reasoning of Nigeria. Most people taking away their reasoning and put their own, so they follow them, and that is what is happening all over the world. Even the Western world, that is, though we from Africa, we still hate them for the way they do things. It's the same thing, because they are going back seconds, and they are the same sort of people following. They are in recession. If they are perfect, would they be in recession? They are in recession really as a result of their own problem, of their own making, and we are still following them. Why can't we just take the best of what they have and incorporate them in our own culture? I always define democracy is good, fine, but it will have to be in the confine of our own culture, not the confine of American culture, or the confine of Nigerian culture, or British culture. If America have money to spend a lot of everything, we have to define it. Like I always said, in that our democracy is just too expensive. Sometimes you look at those people both in the lower house and the upper house, what are they doing? You can't see their impact. You go back to where they come from. The impact you see is when they come out and start spending maybe $1 million out of all the people completely giving I don't know this whole thing. They still $100 million, they give you $1 million. What is $1 million? Just of recent I had an ex-senator giving a police car about 6 Jeep. Where did he get the money from? We stay young. They just take it and give you. This is the Nigerian you hear thing. I've never seen a situation whereby in England you see MP or somebody member of House of Lords saying that they are buying all those. How much is their salary? Everybody knows that they are £165,000. So £155,000. So except even the lot of benefits are supposed to, but the people are not counseling now, because they realize that people are suffering. Though they too are corrupt, but their own corruption is very different. So it is only in Nigeria you see a sort of everything, giving police this, giving them, you don't have to put them. This still what they should need to develop the police authority, and they still there. It is only in Nigeria that you can see billions of naira. At the end of the day, they ask you to go and pay some thousands of naira. I forgot it. I cannot just say somebody steal. You say, oh, if you steal, and then you come out to confirm it's true, I steal, and then next thing is just okay, paid, or you sell everything that, and if that money is not enough, it's not very near the money they steal, you should be landed in the prison for life. That's but they are balls of a feather. They are all the same. When Obasanjo was there doing this, that, or those things, I know. Thing to lead in on. They will take up the mantle. But that is what is happening now. We should do what those people. To me, I don't believe somebody is a leader. To me, are people fine? I respect your idea. Fine, I respect what you want to do. But I always have my own reasoning ability. Okay, are you saying the right thing? Will what you say be of any benefit to me and to Bishop coming behind me? If no, so why do I need to see you as my leader? I don't see you maybe because you're a professor, you're a doctor, you've been this, or no, you've been this. So I have to give you respect to you for being a normal human being. Even if it is a 1 year old, yeah, give him or her the respect to him or her. And he cannot do that. There are a lot of people out there that when they suggest something, power they are Nigerians, they suggest something to develop Nigeria, not to destroy Nigeria, not to break Nigeria. Those people that we have now calling themselves that they are just late because they want political. They guide you, they tell you, they deceive you, they cajole you in believing them because we are naturally, in tune with somebody who wants to us achieve something. You can achieve something in the class because you have the money to go to that extent, or maybe it's not that because you're the best in a particular thing, that is why you become a professor, that is why you become a doctor. No, that is why you become the best business. No, there are a lot of people that will have been the best because they don't have the resources to do that, to go to that extent. That is why choosing another career. That doesn't mean we should do them because they are not professor or they are not doctor. Sometimes I listen to a lot of people, I read a lot on Facebook, on Twitter, and then you continue to shake your head what is going on. West Nigeria heading to, if you have this set of people as this so Nigeria, those people, the foreign influences are looking up, okay, these people can do something right. At the end of the day, they are nothing. They are just part and parcel of the same setup. What they needed is that political vote. They have it, forget about it. They start to sing another song. So my fellow Nigerians, let us discover ourselves. Don't just like somebody on Facebook or subscribe to somebody. I'm not saying you should subscribe, but sometimes don't look at them as the best voice for you. No, some own voice are much more better than their own voice. Sometimes you just read through the line, you know where they're coming from, you know where they are in it. So somebody comes from my town, somebody comes from my house, even if it's my brother, being in this place of power and saying something does not mean I have to follow him. If what he said happens to be the right thing, yes. But if what he said or she said happens to be the wrong thing that I don't believe in, Yeah, I have the whole right to go against it. And that is how it should be. Don't let us follow somebody because it's our brother. That is the main problem having there. You think your brother leader, you might even be much, you might have the leader attribute more than your brother. There are a lot of it good. Yeah. You might be much more intelligent in something around you than your brother. Your brother might be successful in the one area, your sister might be successful in the other. That doesn't mean that your own country will be better than their own. So you just have to respect them to be that they are your brothers, fine. But look toward you, try where they do to. So there are some people that comes behind us that see more, much more than those people up there. Those people up in Nigeria now that we call leaders, they are just because of the military game. But let me hold this. Just before the current regime, I was talking to somebody here in the United Kingdom, and then the next thing that he was talking about is very soon we'll be in power. Such power, he said, in the state will be the one in the state house or those stuff, everything, and then people will. And I said, what do you even want to offer? He can't even. I even asked him about where he said he comes from. That is where I actually come from. That is my town. That is my place. And he was even the only one I've ever even been to that state. He's going there to do that state. What did he know about that state? What did he want to offer about that to that state? Nothing. But because they've got money, because they've got everything, they've known people, and then we become slave to that money, and our own thinking now become nothing. We will not be able to do very well. All these leaders are self-made leaders. They've got nothing upstairs. The only thing they have is the power to lie, power to cajole you people, power to tell you what is wrong, what you already know, and to let you know that okay, what you know is wrong and this is what is right. And they'll be making example of where you've ever been to. No, Nigerian instances should be Nigerian instances. The only thing that should be different is what the new thing that you bring. This is our own thing. What is that thing that you bring that will change these things? And sometimes most of them don't really have answer to all this when they ask it. They will continue just around, beat around. And mind you, if you continue to listen to them, know one thing. It is not your generation, the elderly ones that you destroy. You destroy the generation to come, about 2-3 generations to come. So Nigerian leaders, are they or they are born? Them are self-made. I'm not saying they are not good. There are a lot of good leaders you can listen to that they are Nigerian by nature. When they want to offer something, they offer something for the peace of all of Nigeria. They think of being ahead of being a Yoruba man or being a South man. So that is how they behave. It is only Nigerians that see somebody in power who are richer than businessmen. In foreign country, those people that are richer are businessmen. They are just in political power, just their influence. Okay. They are there, though they might represent them. That is why you see Republican, you see Democrat, you see Labour, you see Liberal, you see Conservatives. So everybody believes in different things. So if you are a businessman, the only thing where do you think your business tends to? Is it a liberal business that accept a lot of things, or is it a conservative that just don't believe in any other new except the old thing? So it now depends on which one you want to go to. It is them influence those decisions in order to favor you. But in Nigeria, these people just influence their own decisions. It's what they want to do. They are the ones of Nigerian property now. Most of Nigerians are now being bought by ex-president, down. Where do they get the money? They've now made that particular as a court group, and they do whatever they like. And I don't believe what happened in 1993 cannot still happen. We cannot still break that barrier. I believe we can break it. And this thing will only happen if we all stand up as a leader, no matter where you are, just contribute to your own culture.
Don't let the walls of those one you see as up there, don't let their walls suppress you. If there is something that is it out, let people around you know. If they are your brothers, they are your sisters, let them know that, okay, my sister, my brothers, this thing you're doing is wrong. How many of us can do such a thing? How many of us? And is this gonna, it's not going to be to Nigeria is not going to us to change overnight. We can pray from now till eternity. Is you said you there is a thief that always comes to your compound every day, and when you employ a guard, you employ safe part of those thieves just to be guiding you, what do you think will happen? It will not stop. They can tell you I stopped when the thief came and then they came again, nothing. Except if you yourself, you stand up to it. We are going to, tonight, we are going to do this thing together. I can remember when I was working in Nigeria and in an hotel, and a lot of our things always mix. Our bottle, beer bottle, a lot of things always mix. Not knowing it was our guy that was doing everything, and we asked the guard, what do you need in order to job? He told us everything. Also, we the workers just said, no, this thing have to stop. We are going to guide this place ourselves, and then we call this particular person. So we all have to come together. We all have to stand up for all this stuff. Or else we'll be doomed. Foreign country, we might be talking of going to America, we might be talking, but if they don't stand up for truth, their country will know. It is not just about those people, everybody, every one of them. You see, and that is how they build themselves. That is how the leaders build here or wherever in the Western world. That is how they are made. Everybody have got to stand up for something. That is why in those parts of the world they always see somebody with this color as the weaker being, because we always accept it so quick. Moving on here, moving on there, we never solve our problem. The only thing that will solve our problem is when we all stand up to it and face it all together. There's a lot of ways we can stand. Sometimes you need to engage in people in discussion, and then you realize how divided we are. You see, people always, it's just about being a tribal and being in Nigeria. And sometimes they look at you as if you are a strange being. It's not about my own tribe. People were talking about Nigerian should be right. Today everybody will survive. Everybody. And it is there you will know the power of Western world, that you will never see them where something is good. And it is not there. It is in my own the Yoruba, they said it is the owner of what do you call it, of a calabash that shows people, okay, this calabash is meant to be used to take rubbish. That is why people are using it. It is how we present ourselves. So if we should make that mistake to divide, it is then you, because of the resources we're having. We're talking of Syria, we're talking of Iraq, one will be worst. These leaders, they are not meant to serve our purposes. They are all meant to serve their own purpose. They are serving their pockets. So we should find the way and stand up to fight them to stop this. Nigerian, I grew up knowing everything was Nigerian. When everybody used to talk together, when everybody used to relate together, when you can go far and wide. Well, the only problem is me once in a while, I'm robbing, so that's the only thing you hear. But for you to now go to Kano, they say you get bombed. You go to South, they say they kidnapped you. They said recently one white man was kidnapped in Lagos, kidnapped in Ikoyi. Then when
when a white man pass through and say you run after them, waving to them, and you go la baba embrace them. But now we are not embracing it. Nigeria is now a graveyard. You don't know when any bomb will explode, and bomb can explode any. The only thing is amnesty. I'm not saying they should not give people amnesty. People should just come to the round table enough and talk over it. People can be talking about a lot of things all around. Those Afia knows who those people who are involved of. When America did not, America knew that the Nigerian problem is political, not religious problem. Religion problem. It is not about Boko Haram, those everything. So it is thing that you people sit down to talk about it. And if you made a mistake of you splitting here to come, and we know which side we will follow. They will tell you not to do it, they won't encourage you to do it. Supporting some people and coming out, supporting some people that are coming out in the public that they disown something. To them, Nigeria is big to be a country, to be one country. They will rather support part of the country, but it becomes the way we hold ourselves. We have just about, maybe was it not last year or 2 years ago, Shell said they sponsor some people within the house. It happens everywhere. Or the petroleum, something they wanted to sign is, why won't that go through if somebody is not paying somebody not forced to such build down? So we don't need to go into details about all those stuff. But it is because of way to let us check ourselves. If my brother's salary is 500,000 naira per month, or 5,000 or 1,000 pounds per month, and he's spending 10,000 pounds per month, still supporting him, I still can't just, okay bro, what is going on there? Why are you spending more than you earn? With the excess? If I can't see that my brother, I do not deserve to be. Leaders are not every one of them, but a lot of them are not those people we should be following. You listen to them, but decide what on your own. Decide much one to one get out to with this thing favor. So don't respect because they are in the place. Respect people, a normal woman be. Don't respect people because they are in the place already. Because them are there just to serve them for their own purpose, as I said earlier. So I'll be leaving now, and I'll leave everything to you. If you want to comment about this, I will return it. You make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube, this Murphy Ojo, and you can join me on my page too, where I broadcast most of the time. That is on Nigeria Street. You can join my Facebook page. Name is Maruf Ojo, which is MAHROF, and my surname is Ojo, Maruf Ojo. So, and then you can also add me on Twitter, that is at Murphy Ojo. I'll be there, and I hope you will join me also. So, whereby if they got any comments, let me know, and let me know what you feel about Nigerian leaders being born or being made. So, God bless the Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.